Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe, and I do appreciate you all being here today. So thank you very much. If you are new to the channel, consider selecting that subscribe button. Would for sure help me a lot growing out the channel out. And then if we get to the end of the show and you like what you see, like what you hear, consider selecting that like button because it lets YouTube know you liked it. Nope, sorry. Didn't mean to hit that. I need to move that. Anyways, we are live, so I don't do any editing on my shows, so we have fun with that. And those of you my regulars, you know that's kind of the way it works. Hang on just a second. Sorry about that. I'm being pinged over here with a few things. Let's see if I can figure this out. Sorry about that. All right, cool. So anyhow, we are going to take a look at today some crazy FUD that's been tossed around and mudslinging, whatever you want to call it. But effectively, there's some crazy stuff going on with Tether. Who knew, right? And then there's going to be some stuff we're going to look at when it comes to some of the economic impacts of more recent events as we unpack today's show. So let's go and dig into it and have some fun with that. One another thing I would like to mention here right off the top, those of you who are new, I do have a Patreon show. It is scrolling on the bottom screen right here. I also have a link in the description of the video. Those of you who have joined, thank you. It does mean a lot to me. It isn't a whole lot. I don't want a whole lot for it. I'd rather have more people in there than have a few, if you will. So share it out. Grab other people. It is where I take the gloves off. It is where I talk about things that are more... shall we say, about current events, but I like to give my real opinion around those things. I do on here too, but I don't pull the punches there. So as some of you have seen recently. So anyhow, thanks for joining. I do appreciate it, and let's jump right into the show, shall we? So we got a Bitcoin price of $20,000. Looks like we're trying to bump it up today. It looks like. I realistically, nobody knows. If they say if anyone you're listening to is doing any technical analysis or anything like that, if they're good, they'll tell you which way both directions it's going to go, right? No one knows which direction it's realistically going to go. Looks over the past few days, Bitcoin has consolidated a pretty good bit, which is not a bad thing. Over the month of June, it has taken a dip down and is consolidating again. But I don't know. Over the time that I've been in the crypto space, I've been in it a long time, okay? A long time. I've been in it since late 2011. I was one of the earlier miners. And it is for sure, I've seen a lot of things happen in this space, but I will tell you that over time, I'll pull this out to the week so you can kind of, over time, Bitcoin is up significantly, okay? This price point, nothing to, in my opinion, this is right where it needs to hit. Okay, in order for it to get back to its fair market value, I think we will see it run really, really hard. But I think it'll be a good run in a gradual sense, in my opinion. I don't know what, and no one knows what they're talking about with this stuff. They try to guess, or they try to steer the market, or they try to, excuse me, lead people down a path and whatnot. Good grief. Coffee time. By the way, what are you guys and gals drinking? There's a live chat running. If you are watching live, do me a favor. Say, hey, I'd love to say hi to you guys at the end of the show. By the way, towards the end of the show, I will use that as a Q&A. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, etc., throw them in there. I would love to have a conversation with you guys. But I wait till the end of the show with that stuff. So anyhow, let's go. I need to reset that. There we go. Let's go look at the Dow. The Dow is down a pretty good bit, but it is gapping. It is gapping nasty gaps. Okay. The prices are falling significantly or rising significantly. Those are not normal in any sense of the word. The Nasdaq and the S&P 500 are all doing exactly the same thing. Okay. The Dow tried to start its day, I guess, which is the hour. Today is where is 28? Click over. There we go. It tried to start the day up high, but it's falling. So I don't really know what is causing all this, but I will tell you right now, as I've mentioned it many times in the show here, I think that all markets are going to collapse. and it includes crypto. Although I think crypto will stop at a certain point because there's not going to be a liquidity to sell. No one is going to anyone holding crypto right now. The miners are even holding crypto. There may be 1 or 2 months. I was reading an article last week where one article uh, was specifically about how a mining outfit actually sold their entire maize harvest, if you will. And typically that is so that the miners can pay for their expenses and obtain net new miners and stuff like that. So, but in recent history, miners aren't selling their mined crypto, their harvest. They're not selling them. Silver is being manipulated, gold's being manipulated. Hey, how about Divi? Divi is looking pretty good, consolidating or trying to consolidate these price points. Looks like we had it spike up back up to above 3 cents not too long ago, which is fantastic. If you guys and gals don't know about Divi, the Divi project is building one of the firmest, largest, whatever you want to call it, foundations I've seen in a long time. And I mentioned before, I've been in this space a long time. I highly recommend checking that out for sure. Go take a look at that. And then one of the other things I would like to also point out today, the Ronin network, which is what runs the Axie Infinity platform, re-enabled their bridge, which is a very key feature for people to play the game. I suspect people will start be playing the game again here soon because they can now fully function and use everything. So, if the game's not being, is not able to function in every way, specifically, I don't know, people wanting to either stake their Axie or pull it out of the system, they'd have to have that feature that they enabled today. So, highly recommend taking a look at that. They are actually a stand-up outfit that are doing a good job of making sure that after the nefarious actors had their fun, they are doing everything in their power to maintain their reputation. And in my opinion, they've done a really good job at taking care of the customer before themselves. So something to really kind of pay attention to. Last thing I kind of wanted to talk about as far as the charts are concerned, and then I'm going to get into some other interesting stuff here. This is a delayed 30-year fixed mortgage rate is at 5.8% national average. Yeah, the inflation's not a problem at all, is it, people? Not at all. Not at all. So we've got all the markets are going to have some turmoil going forward, but I really do, because and there's multiple reasons for this. I really think crypto, Bitcoin, Litecoin, all these different coins, they're going to end up becoming a means of storing value over time. And the reason I say that is because physically holding gold and silver is difficult. It's also not exactly easy to obtain. The prices that I showed you guys just now, I'll pull it back up here. These prices for gold, for silver, these are manipulated prices. These prices are not the actual prices on the street, so to speak. If you go to a gold dealer or a silver dealer or an exchange, you're going to pay a good bit more than this. I would even venture close to $2,000 for a gold ounce. Now, if you were going to go buy, let's say, a ton of gold, a metric ton of gold, you're not paying no $2,000 an ounce. You're paying a lot more than that. A lot more. Any gold in any quantity is not physically obtainable. Any of you won't even find that. Silver, same thing. You will not find it. Silver is even worse. There is less silver in the world than there is gold. A lot of people don't realize that. And it has two isotopes, so it's industrial too. So there's a lot more use for silver than there is gold. And there's a lot less of it available than there is gold. So, crazy times we're living in, right? Crazy times. Sorry, head itch. So yesterday, sorry I did not have either of my shows. I went and picked up a smoker / grill. I had a trailer built specifically for that. and I will be using it at an upcoming Crypto Confidential event. It is the Crypto Confidential sign up right there is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. If you want to be part of that, it is Crypto Confidential only. So you have to be inside of that group, or that we'll call it community, to be part of that. But anyways, I went and picked that up yesterday. I had it built. It's fantastic. Cannot wait to get into it and use it. So that took the lion's share of the day. So I do apologize for not being able to do a show. That was yeah, that's an investment that I wanted to go and make, and I want to be able to use, not just for the crypto stuff, but I'd love to be able to use it for, ministries, things like that, fun stuff around those. I love cooking and grilling and doing briskets and things like that. It is a lot of fun to me. It is thoroughly enjoyable. So my apologies. Just wanted to throw that out there for everybody. I do appreciate every one of you. And some people were like, "Where's Papa Joe? Where you at, man?" I'm like, well, I'm getting some stuff for some people there. So if you guys want to check out Crypto Confidential. It is educational. It is a community. Like I said, we are having an event. We're getting together, doing some stuff. And there are folks in there who actually live the crypto life, and they're teaching others how to do the same thing. So it is definitely worth the investment that's there. Check it out. Do your research, whatever, whatnot. I thoroughly enjoy being part of that. And in the upcoming releases, I have actually did a guest article, so it should be fun with that one. Hopefully you guys will like that. A really, really fun thing. So anyhow, let's jump back into the content, shall we? So some FUD. The Tether CTO refutes stablecoin FUD as short sellers circulate. So a lot of people don't realize this. There is a tremendous amount of money going into shorting USDT or Tether. Just in, hedge funds have targeted Tether, borrowing hundreds of millions in loans to short USDT since Terra Luna collapsed. Bitcoin Archive put that out there. If you don't follow this dude on Twitter, the dude knows what's up. Appreciate what he puts out there. Definitely was in one of spaces earlier this morning. Good stuff. So anyway, let's dig into this for just a second. Paulo Andreu alleged some hedge funds are trying to create pressure in the billions to harm Terra liquidity, so they can eventually buy back tokens at a much lower price. So this is kind of similar to what happened with Luna. The hedge funds are now realizing, oh, I can go borrow Bitcoin, slam this down, and then buy it at lower prices. So Tether is supposed to be tied to the dollars. They're tied to other things as well. It's not one to dollar. So the chief technology officer of USDT, Paulo, I think that's how you say it, Paulo Andreu, or Andrino, excuse me, has confirmed that the stablecoin USDT has been the subject of a coordinated attack by hedge funds looking to short sell the United States dollar pegged crypto asset. So Luna didn't say this, but now they're trying to do it again. And this dude's coming out and saying this. So for those of you who don't, some people do know, some people do not know. A CTO is a chief technology officer, right? Their responsibility in the business is for any technology that the business creates. They are the butt stops with them kind of thing. They are it. They are the boss, whatever you want to call it, inside of any organization that creates any kind of technology. A CIO, or chief information officer, is someone who maintains the technology that the business uses to create that net new technology. That makes sense. So the CTO is the one who creates the sellable technology. The CIO is the one who purchases the technology that is used within the four walls of the business, kind of thing. A lot of people get them mixed up. They can wear each other's hats, but typically they are separate roles entirely. So the CTO coming out and saying, hey, I'm noticing some anomalies here, and we are under a coordinated attack our technology is under a coordinated attack. So, kind of something to pay attention to with this, real quick. Okay, Tether is a big one. Tether is not a joke as far as what they are, who they are associated with, and whatnot. Should really pay attention to these guys with this particular thing. The fact that he's publicly coming out and saying, "Hey, hello, this is happening," and if it does in fact go through, he's pointing out who's doing it ahead of time. And it's kind of interesting to see how he's pointing this out and, in a way, kind of shedding light on who's manipulating or who's forcing this kind of stuff. It's interesting. Anyhow, so he, speaking to his 151,000, more than 151,000, Twitter followers on Monday, the Tether executive was responding to reports that hedge funds have been borrowing millions in loans to short USDT since the collapse of Terra in May. He alleged that hedge funds have been trying to create pressure on the billions to harm Tether's liquidity, with an aim of eventually buying back the tokens at a lower price. Andrino levied accusations that some hedge funds have believed and helped spread FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt about the stablecoin. Notions that it is not 100% backed is issuing tokens from thin air, has significant exposure to distressed companies, and Chinese commercial paper and other narratives have been spread by its competitors over troll networks, he said. I believe, excuse me, I have been open about the attempts from the hedge funds that were trying to cause further panic in the market after Terra Luna collapsed. It really seemed from the beginning a coordinated attack with a new wave of FUD, troll armies, clowns, etc. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys right now. That dude, in the position that he is in, has access to see things taking place inside of the network. You do too, because it's a blockchain. But they kind of create that capability. So they have almost like I can look through multiple angles, whereas you can just see one typically, as far as the blockchain is concerned. So they can see where the money's flowing a lot easier than you and I can. And if they're seeing the money's flowing from where it's flowing from to do what he's saying it's doing, he's probably not wrong. He's probably not making this up. And it is something to pay attention to. But it is FUD. In fact, it is designed to keep you and me in fear and not touch the market, right? Despite all three public third-party attestations, I can always say that easily, but I can't read it. Anyways, our collaboration with regulators, our increased transparency efforts, our commitment to phase out CP exposure and move into U.S. Treasuries, our settlements, they kept thinking and suggesting that we, Tether, are the bad guys. Tether is a banker's coin, just like XRP is a banker's coin. Whether you like it or not, it will end up being used in the future for different things. That is blockchain technology. It is technology first. So, fun stuff for that to happen. I'm going to move this for 2 seconds and put this. Actually, no, this is a mainstream media over here. More hedge funds are betting against Tether U.S. crypto meltdown. So this is Wall Street Journal. The FUD is coming from everywhere. All right. So this is part of the reason why the CTO of Tether took to public Twitter, publicly claiming and saying these things, because there are hit pieces now. The attention's being drawn. This is very interesting. Professional investors got interested in shorting Tether after the collapse of another U.S. of my mouse would work of another stablecoin, Terra USD. Short sellers have been ramping up their bets against Tether, the world's largest stablecoin, amid a broad market sell-off that has called into doubt the financial health of some crypto companies. Basically, these big, huge hedge funds with trillions of dollars and effectively infinite money are going after all these small market caps, and they're saying, we can make some money out of this, and squish, squash, and boom, and all these other things. And because these are freely traded markets, there's no stops, there's no whatever you want to call it, there's no limits to what they can do. They can effectively, because they have so much money, in a way, slam the price down and buy everything back at the bottom. Now, where have we heard that before? Where have we heard? Oh, yeah, didn't the Rothschilds do that back in the Napoleon War time frame? I don't know, whatever. They did it in England. There was a mechanism whereby they came in with false information. Markets sold off, created FUD, and then at the very, very last second, at pennies on the dollar, they bought everything back up and owned it all. It's the same thing here. It's not necessarily, I hate to say it, but I don't necessarily see how that's illegal or wrong because they sold at the top. Everyone else got freaked out. That's their fault, not the lie was the problem. The lie was the problem. But if you sell at the top and everyone else gets freaked out and then the markets collapse because people are selling out, well, then you selling at the top, buy at the bottom. I mean, isn't that the whole point of this stuff, right? Well, the problem is that they lied about what was going on. And the problem here with this stuff is that I haven't seen, other than these articles, like, hey, the hedge funds are doing this. They're trying to create that fear to make everyone else short it. I had a lot of tweets this morning. How do you short USDT? It's like, why? In the past month, more traditional hedge funds have executed trades to short Tether against Genesis Global Trading Incorporated, or through Genesis Global Trading Incorporated, one of the largest crypto brokerages for professional investors. These trades are worth hundreds of millions of dollars to notional value. Excuse me. Fun stuff, huh? They're trying again, guys and gals. They're going to try again. So all those of us who are holding Bitcoin is interesting, though. Another little piece. I could not find the article in time for the show, so I do apologize. I'll touch on it here. So another one that a lot of the Tether and the USDC, instead of sitting in Tether and USDC, they're actually moving into Bitcoin and to the other altcoins. And so the coins that are specifically set up for that are being pulled off the market. They're going into Bitcoin and they're being moved off of those exchanges and they're being put into self-custodian wallets like, the Divi wallet. Not your keys, not your coins. You really need to pay attention to what Divi is building. In all seriousness, you really need to pay attention to that. So, to change things up for a second, the community reacts after the SEC's Gensler affirms that Bitcoin's commodity status. So, Gensler said he saw many crypto assets having attributes of security, adding that Bitcoin is not only crypto, there is the only crypto he was comfortable publicly labeling as a commodity. So how does that go with taxation and stuff like that? Yeah, interesting. United States Security Exchange Commissioner Gensler riled up the crypto Twitter on Monday after affirming that Bitcoin is a commodity. Questions were raised about its impact on Grayscale's proposed Bitcoin exchange traded fund, or ETF, and why Ether wasn't mentioned. Bitcoin is a store of value like gold. Ethereum is a technology that is used and other businesses can be built inside of or on top of. They're both not the technology first. It's funny though. Gensler taught blockchain technology at MIT. You would think that he would understand that this is technology first, that it isn't in fact. Oh wait, He was the CFO for one of the former presidential candidates who lost. Not Trump. Y'all do the math. I'm not saying any more than that. Not on the show here. Go do your digging, do your research. Some like Bitcoin, and that's the only one I'm going to say because I'm not going to talk about any one of these tokens, but my predecessors and others have said they're a commodity. So this is going to be interesting. This isn't new for Gensler, but definitely positive in my opinion. Unfortunately, this isn't enough for approval for the GBTCs. Conversion into spot Bitcoin ETF. Odds of SEC approval next week or this week are near zero in our opinion. This is James Seyfarth. What a name. What a name. So, fun stuff, people. More interesting things coming out of the SEC. SEC needs to go away. They need to go away. They need to go away. They're trying to regulate an already regulated system. So to top all of this stuff off, mortgage lenders turned desperate as soaring rates roil industry. Now, this is going to be a pain in the butt. It is for sure. I'm going to try and read it because this little thing on the bottom here, and it grayed out everything I was reading earlier. Yeah. All right, cool. Home lending employees are facing risk of job cuts, slumping businesses as one of the fastest jumps into mortgage rates starts to cool the U.S. housing market. Let's see if I can read this. The 36-year-old closed roughly $799 million worth of loans at Academy Mortgage Corporation, ranking him amongst the top producing originators in the U.S. Now he is bracing for a 20% reduction in business and recently had to cut several staff. It's scary, the dude said in a phone interview. We have sellers panic listing, and then you have if I can see if I can get this here. Nope, it's not gonna let me do it. You have buyers, it looks like you have buyers completely dropping out of the market is basically what it was. I can't see it anymore. This is fun. Stupid thing. Remind me not to pull Bloomberg up again. Interesting things happening in the world, isn't it? You got them trying to kill crypto because they can't control it. And then you've got on the other side, you have the economy that's collapsing, and they're trying everything they possibly can to make people not touch crypto and fear it and stay in the regular stock market because they know the same thing I'm trying to tell you guys. When everything falls, we're already heading in that direction. We're already in a recession. I really, really hope I'm wrong, but I really think we're going to end up in a depression. When the bond market goes, the stock market goes, everything goes. Crypto will come down too. I don't know how far. Frankly, I don't care because it will be very quickly. They want everyone to stay in so they can get out, and they don't want people getting into crypto until they do. Realistically speaking, this is my opinion. This is what's going to end up happening. All that money is going to go into crypto because the dollar's printed too much. There's nothing that anyone can do about that, right? Not at this point, and the Fed's trying to use its sponge of raising rates by 0.75%. There's no raising rate or rates that low or rate that much isn't going to do anything. They're going to have to raise it several percentage points, like 5%. So that's 500 basis points. That wouldn't do anything. Just to be honest with you guys, they printed 80% of the monetary supply that's available right now in the past 2 years. I mean, there's no way there's no way. All right, I'm going to say hi to everyone, and I got to jump. Daddy-O, what's up? You are first today, brother. That is fantastic. I remember you guys are trying to get it. That was fun. Lithia, afternoon. How are you? Appreciate you being here today. What's going on? Larry, how you doing? Appreciate you jumping in today. Gloria, how are you? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I have no idea where you guys are at. This is fantastic, though. Kim, good afternoon. How are you? I appreciate you being here today. Tom, what's up, brother? How you been, dude? I have not seen you a little bit. Hope you're doing okay. Appreciate you being there. Just talking with my neighbor. Lost track of time. Oh, I'm glad you're talking to your neighbor. Thanks for being here, man. Let's see. Daddy-o. Yep, everything is manipulated. Even our thoughts and perceptions. Yes, they are. And that is a different discussion for the Patreon. If you're not part of the Patreon, it's $5 a month. It's not a lot. I take the gloves off and I discuss things that I cannot discuss here. So check it out. It's on the bottom of the screen and it is in the description of the video. Even if you join just for 1 month or whatever, I don't care. Just come check it out. I'd love you to see that content that's in there. It's also where I do early access interviews. Yeah, fun stuff. Let's see. Joanna, how are you? Hi, love it. Thanks for being here today. Let's see. Yeah, South America has Mexico has like the largest mine of silver. I think I could be wrong on that in the country or in the world. Excuse me. Country, listen to me. Excuse me. Let's see here. American Silver Eagles are between $35 and $38 each. Premiums are huge. Yeah, they are. That's crazy. I haven't bought silver gold in a little while, so that's interesting. That's crazy. But like I said, Daddy, when I was talking about that, if you wanted to go buy a metric ton of silver, you're going to be paying several $1,000s an ounce. You're not paying no $38 an ounce. You're just not. Anyhow, let's see. Lithia, thanks. I missed you guys too. I'm sorry but if you're part of Crypto Confidential, you will see exactly why. It is for sure going to be worth it. And hopefully, those of you who are part of that are able to attend that event. And it will be, like I said, it's private to Crypto Confidential, but it will be definitely worth those of you who are in there. I'm going to make some good food, I hope, as long as everything works as it's supposed to. Briskets are finicky. So are ribs. It's not like you can just slap it in there. There's anyways, I'm getting hungry. It's lunchtime here. Yeah. Oh, check around your thrift store. Yeah, for pawn shops. Yeah, even them. There's the pawn shops don't even have any around here. Not where I'm at. Oh, let's see. Oh, we got Johnny Mattis. What's up? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you being here today. Who else do we got in here today? Here we go, Tom. It's like the stock market. They know where all the stop losses are. They drop it down to take them, and you come home from work and find out you've been liquidated. Pretty much. That's what they do all day long. It's just very irritating. Very irritating. What's going on, Rebel Outlaw? Appreciate you being here today. No worries you're here. I'm glad you're here. Better late than never. So, all right. As long as everything goes according to plan, I should have a Patreon show this afternoon, and I will be looking forward to seeing you guys and gals then. Y'all have a beautiful and wonderful rest of the day, and y'all take it easy. Bye-bye.